All right, welcome back again. Quickly, this time I want to quickly look at correlation, handling correlations in past. Correlation in past is very simple. It's not complicated at all. You can see it's our data set that I've used before. So I just copy it now, go to my past environment. As usual, I paste. All right, I paste here. So I inside this in case I need that. So I remove it. So correlation, from what you understand so far, if you check one of my video under R section, R programming, statistics section, I explain in details what correlation is when you're dealing with correlations, especially for parametric and non-parametric. We have a Pearson correlation and we have a Spearman. We used to have Kendall, but we want to look at both when it is parametric based, we look at Pearson correlation. When it is non-parametric based, we look at Spearman. All right, so just look at the same thing from the same interface, and it's very easy, very simple. So it's basically on two numeric data. If two numeric data are correlated, you have to see their correlation coefficient, how powerful they are related. So just look at it. Let's say we want to look at the correlation between beta, let's say sepal length and sepal beta length. Let's say we want to look at this correlation. So what do? We just go to the, let me maximize, okay. All right, just go to our univariate, click on correlation here. So the one you are seeing up here is called p-value, while the one sit down here is called the correlation coefficient, which is 0.87, which is very high. Okay, p-value is also significant. You can see that it's very high, it's highly significant. Okay, so this one is by default Pearson by default, because we assume that the data set, the data we are using past the parametric assumptions. So that is by default Pearson. But if not, you switch over to Spearman. You can see there's a changes in the result here. All right. So this is the Pearson. Okay, no, not this one. I mean this one, right? This the third one. Okay. Don't use this. The first and the third. All right. The first and the third. So that is what we use. The first one for parametric test. All right. The third one is for non-parametric test. Right. So there is a change in there is a changes in this particular result as we change over. So if you look at it again, you change it back again, you can see some changes also. So that is a correlation loss. So, but we want to look at it. Maybe you want to look at it in multiple correlation. Maybe you have many correlation. You want to look at the same time. All right. Maybe you have like several correlations. Maybe several columns. You want to look at correlation, how they are all related. That is very easy as well. So just select all of them, maybe 10, maybe 20, 30, depend on the number you have. So just look at it, go back to the, say, I'll click on correlation as well. All right, correlation. You can see here. So you can see all the correlation value. You have a coefficient here, and here are the p-values. So you can see how they match together. So you can see this down to this, all right? You can see, so you can see it, you can trace them out very easily. All right, so this one is talking about now, see, beta length with a beta width give you 0.9, very high. All right, so this one is very high also. Beta length with sepal length 0.8, but the sepal width with sepal length, they don't correlate at all. Okay, you see that, and they also sepal width with a beta length. You can see they also have a negative value as well. Also, sepal width with a beta width also have negative value. So you can see, but you can see even sepal width with a sepal length not significant. Okay, as you can see in their result here, also shows not significant, and the others are. Okay, so this just autocorrelate, but you can also go to the down here and say if you want to adjust the p-value. using Poveroni adjustments. You can just select here. This is Poveroni adjustment. All right, you can just set here. So to adjust, you can see that's changed to make it more stringent. All right, so if you want to do for non-parametric tests for Spearman, just click on this. You can see that's changed. All right, so you can see it. So that is how you perform correlation. But you want to look at the plot. Yeah, it comes along with the plot. You can see this is a plot here. So with this plot now, you don't need all the information here. Okay, you just need few things. And what do you need? You need to come here, uncheck this, and check this. Right, to make your plot very simple, because you may have a lot of columns your data that you want to look into, so you don't need too much details. So you can go to graphics. Okay, you can go to graphics and change this accordingly. So this one can be changed depending on what you want. Okay, there are different color here, so I don't want to go to too many colors because of time. So just change it as you want. Okay, conditions, don't forget, start from -1 to +1. Okay, the closer it is, the better it is. The closer it is to 1, the better it is. Stronger it is. Okay, and the closer it is to -1, the lesser and poorer it is. So that is that. So you can save it from here. You can remove the grid. You don't want the grid. Okay, I like to leave the grid there. You can come here and save as a PNG. Right, I just click on save here. Right, so that is just correlation here. So you can see that from here, what you have seen before, you can see better length to better width. You can see 0.96, very high. You can see, so that's why we show the numbers. You can see the numbers here, right? And you can even maximize it to see very well. So you can make this from the setting. You can increase the this one. Okay, you can increase the font to 14, right? Tick. So you can just work on it, just do some settings, and to make it look more better, more good. So based on what you want, all right? You have to play around it. So that is just that for now on correlation. So I will see us later in the next class. Thank you so much.